Before I begin, this is the website that that you need to go to download WAMP server. The website address is wampserver.com/en. Once you get to the site, click on download, and if your system is a 32-bit, click here. If it's 64, click on 64. Once you got it downloaded, you'll run the installer, and there's some other parts in setting up the WAMP server itself. But for right now, I'm going to talk about the components of the WAMP server. And the most component we're focused on in this video is the MySQL version, and what this WAMP server includes as far as MySQL. The version is 5.6.17. Was also included in the packages PHP MyAdmin. To go to PHP MyAdmin, type in localhost/PHP MyAdmin. It'll prompt you to enter a username and password if you have setting it up during after you install the WAMP server application. Here I went ahead and created a database called application, and I created one table which is called contact info, and this is what the table looks like. This is the raw data, the actual data of the table. As you can tell, it kind of looks like an Excel spreadsheet. Going further into the table, this is the actual variables of the table. You got mainly characters of different sizes, and integer variable which contains the ID. Notice that primary is highlighted over here. That's your primary variable, and under here under this extra, it's got auto underscore increment. And when you don't have to fill anything out in this ID column. When a data is inserted, it'll automatically be incremented to the next number. Here I created a connection to the database in PHP. Before I go to that, I'm going to talk about users or privileges in MySQL/PHP, and I created a user here called web app, and you can log into it using PHP MyAdmin. I enter my username and password, and only database will allow me to access is the application database. And with this privilege, only can insert, update, display, or delete data only from this database, depending on how the privileges have been set up. Alright, here's the connection. If I try to echo this out, I'll get it'll throw an exception. Demonstrate this. when I pulled up this directory, I get this listing, and that's because I don't have a file name called index.php. This is, I call it the start of a new project that I will talk about in later videos that involve inserting, updating, viewing, and deleting information from the database using code written in PHP. And here it's throwing the catchable fatal errors. To get rid of that, you just remove this sign here, this line here. So this little file here just always includes a connection to the application database, and it assigns it to the variable DB. So it's saved it, and let's try refresh the page. Shows nothing. Most of the data is retrieved by using the select syntax of a MySQL database, and I'm going to show that here. I'm just creating a new file in the application directory called index.php. Therefore, and we're going to require the file connection .php, and all its components are DB variables. So let's write up a select variable, and I'm going to call it. We're going to select everything from the context table. So what the syntax is select asterisk would mean everything from the context table from context. As you can tell, it's enclosed in quotation marks and assigned to the variable select. And let's execute it. And so we're going to save the results in the variable result. I'm going to explain this line here. First of all, we're executing this command select asterisks and using the query method of the MySQL extension. There'll be more on this in the next video. So it's returning everything to results. But if something were wrong, we want to display an error. So that's where this last part comes in. Now we got everything returned to results. So how are we going to say result to the screen? Let's echo $ result. Let's go to this page. Okay, error some more. Contact. Okay, save it, refresh it. Let me look at the table again. Okay, contact info, I'm going to finally save it. Go back to your web browser, refresh the web page. Okay, so it's throwing a fatal error, so we can fix that. So we're going to fix that. We're going to get rid of this echo command, and we're going to I'm going to say how many rows it will return. So we're going to create another variable called num underscore rows, and it's going to equal to the num rows function. Let's echo the num rows. So it returned to 1, which means there's only one row into the tables. And yeah, just yourselves. Well, we want to see the contents of a table. To do that, we pass the data that came from the result variable into array variable. So we're going to do this will exit. So we'll just return the row here. So it's professional array in this. So here's the data in array format. And so that's the data. But now on web applications return data like that. Let me show you number method fetch underscore a association, and go back to the so let's try the fetch underscore object. That's what we're looking for. People are looking for. And what I did is I set a variable called row equals to the variable result, fetching all the objects, and here's echoed out the objects of first name, last name. And if we want get an error here, so let's diagnose it. All I see is the space there, and I see another error here. So save it. Let's refresh it. See, so it's an unexpected period. So I gotta find it. Oh, I see it. So this is we call it try and see method of testing out new programming functions. So here it is, it's returning the data that we have requested, and that's here